At just 22 years old, our first guest is already a billionaire. Please welcome Kylie Jenner and her mommy, Kris Jenner.
For years, Kylie Jenner has been known as the youngest daughter of the Kardashian Jenner empire. Her whole life tied up with one of the most powerful families in the game. But now, some wild new revelations got folks questioning everything we thought we knew about the beauty mogul's real roots. A jaw-dropping DNA test just exposed a secret that's been buried for decades, making Kylie cut off everybody who raised her. So what really went down? Let's get into it.
Out of everything I've done in my life, raised wonderful children, worked hard, been successful, out of all these things in my life, maybe in God's eyes, this is my calling.
The Kardashian-Jenner dynasty is one of the most powerful, talked about, and influential families in pop culture today. From the glitz and glam of Hollywood to their ever-growing billion-dollar empire, just hearing their name is enough to make people pay attention. But now, another bombshell just dropped, this time from Kylie Jenner, who cut off everybody after a DNA test revealed Caitlyn ain't her real parent. But to really get why Kylie made this move, we gotta take it back to where it all began. The merging of two high-profile families into one media powerhouse. The Kardashian name first hit the headlines back in the 90s, all thanks to Robert Kardashian, a big-time attorney best known for being part of the infamous O.J. Simpson trial. His legal skills and tight friendship with O.J. made him a known figure in the media. But it wasn't just Robert who left his mark. His kids went on to change the entire reality TV and business game. Robert and Kris Houghton tied the knot in 1978 and had 4 kids: Courtney, Kim, Khloe, and Rob. They lived a privileged but mostly low-key life. That is, until everything shifted in 1991, when Kris and Robert called it quits. Not long after, Kris married Olympic gold medalist Bruce Jenner, who later transitioned to Caitlyn Jenner in 2015. This new marriage brought in a whole new family setup. Bruce had kids from past relationships: Bert, Cassandra, Brandon, and Brody Jenner, who joined the mix. Then, Kris and Bruce had 2 daughters together, Kendall and Kylie Jenner. This blended family was filled with ambition, drama, and big personalities. But it wasn't until 2007 that they really took over pop culture. That year, E! Network dropped Keeping Up with the Kardashians, a reality show that followed Kris, her kids, and their growing empire. At first, nobody could have guessed just how big the show would get. What started as a guilty pleasure turned into a full-blown cultural moment. People tuned in to see the family drama, business moves, heartbreaks, and wins. But what really made them stand out was how they flipped their fame into a whole empire. And at the center of it all was Kris, the ultimate momager, making sure her kids' careers stayed on top. From beauty brands to fashion lines, every member of this family carved out their own lane in entertainment and business. Kim led the charge with her beauty and fashion empire. Courtney focused on wellness and lifestyle. Khloe built a whole fitness brand. Kendall took over the modeling world. And Rob, he dabbled in fashion and business. Then there was Kylie, the youngest of them all. She spent years in the background of her famous sisters, just watching, learning, and waiting for her moment. Kylie Kristen Jenner was born on August 10, 1997, in Los Angeles, California. From the jump, she was surrounded by cameras, luxury, and the intense pressures of fame. While most kids had regular birthday parties and playdates, Kylie's childhood played out on one of the biggest reality TV shows in the world. When Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered in 2007, Kylie was just 10 years old. Viewers got to see her grow up as the youngest sibling, always playing the role of the playful, mischievous little sister. She and Kendall had a special bond, always joking around on screen and growing up side by side. But being part of such a famous family wasn't always sunshine and glam. While her older sisters were out here launching businesses and hitting up A-list events, Kylie often felt like she was living in their shadow. She got labeled as the shy one, a girl just trying to figure out where she fit in with all these big personalities around her. As she hit her teen years, Kylie started experimenting with her look. She played around with makeup, especially focusing on her lips, something that would later become the foundation of her billion-dollar empire. Social media became her escape, a way for her to express herself outside of her family's massive influence. Her relationship with her siblings stayed tight, especially with Kendall. Unlike their Kardashian sisters, Kendall and Kylie had a different bond. As the only kids of Kris and Caitlyn Jenner, they held each other down through all the craziness that came with fame. But as they got older, their paths started going in different directions. Kendall went all in on modeling, gracing the covers of high fashion magazines and strutting down runways in Paris, Milan, and New York. Kylie, on the other hand, had a different vision for herself. When it came to education, Kylie took a different route. She started off at Sierra Canyon School, where she was active as a cheerleader. But as fame kept putting more pressure on her, she switched to homeschooling, eventually earning her high school diploma in 2015. This less traditional schooling gave her the time to really focus on her career and the business empire she was quietly building behind the scenes. Even though she was still young, Kylie knew she wanted more than just being famous for reality TV. She wanted to build something of her own, something that would make her stand out from her superstar sisters. And soon enough, that dream started turning into reality. Her story was just getting started. Growing up is already a challenge, but imagine doing it under the constant flash of paparazzi cameras, nonstop media gossip, and the pressure of living up to an empire that was already in motion before you even knew what it was. That was Kylie Jenner's reality. As she hit her teen years, the fun-loving little girl fans had watched on Keeping Up with the Kardashians started to change. Kylie was growing up, and the whole world had front row seats. Her teenage years were full of transformation, both personal and physical. Like any young girl, she played around with different hairstyles, fashion trends, and makeup looks, trying to find herself. But as she matured, so did the public's obsession with her looks. From early on, Kylie became self-conscious about her appearance, especially her lips, and it didn't take long for people to notice. Rumors started flying, and the internet was buzzing with speculation. By the time she was 17, Kylie finally came clean. She had gotten temporary lip fillers, and just like that, she unknowingly set off one of the biggest beauty trends of the decade. But her glow-up wasn't just about how she looked. Kylie's confidence grew as she leaned into her own style, quickly becoming a trendsetter for teens and young adults. Social media played a major role in her self-discovery. With Instagram and Snapchat, she controlled her own image, posting flawless selfies, fire outfits, and real moments her millions of followers couldn't get enough of. But behind all the filters and designer clothes, Kylie was quietly plotting something bigger. She was about to make a move that would take her from reality TV star to full-fledged business mogul. At just 18 years old, Kylie made a game-changing decision. She was going to turn her biggest insecurity into a whole beauty empire. In 2015, she introduced the world to Kylie Lip Kits, a collection of matte liquid lipsticks with matching liners, designed to recreate her signature pout. What started as a small drop with just a few thousand kits sold out in minutes, crashing the website and proving one thing: Kylie wasn't just another celeb slapping her name on a product. She had built a brand people needed. The demand was insane, and Kylie wasted no time expanding her line into what would eventually become Kylie Cosmetics. Within a few years, she was dropping new products, including eyeshadow palettes, and solidifying her place as a major player in the beauty industry, including highlighters, concealers, and more. The success was nothing short of legendary. By 2019, Forbes crowned her the youngest self-made billionaire, a title that sparked major debates but locked in her status as a powerhouse in the beauty industry. Her brand wasn't just about makeup, it became a movement. Kylie took something as simple as a lip kit and turned it into a whole status symbol. Fans were camping out for every new drop, and influencers couldn't wait to hype up her products. The beauty game had been changed forever, and Kylie was the one who rewrote the rules. But while her business was booming, her personal life was going through some serious shifts. And to really understand why she's ready to cut Caitlyn off for good, we gotta take a look at the kind of parent Caitlyn has been to her. When it comes to the Kardashian Jenner family, few stories have been as talked about as Kylie Jenner's journey into motherhood. Kylie started dating rapper Travis Scott in April 2017, not long after breaking things off with her longtime boyfriend, Tyga. Their connection was instant. Kylie later shared that Travis told her, "I'm going back on tour. What do we want to do about this? Because we obviously like each other." Instead of hesitating, Kylie made a bold move. She decided to go on tour with him. That spontaneous decision led to a whirlwind romance. And by the time they made their first public appearance at Coachella that same month, people could already see they were serious. By September 2017, rumors were flying that Kylie was pregnant. But unlike the rest of her family, who usually shared everything, Kylie went ghost. She chose to keep her pregnancy completely private, a move that had everybody talking. Some even speculated that her complicated relationship with Caitlyn Jenner played a role in that decision, making her want a more intimate, off-the-grid experience. Then, on February 1st, 2018, Kylie gave birth to her daughter, Stormi Webster. She announced it in a heartfelt Instagram post, writing, "I've never felt love love and happiness like this, I could burst. Thank you for understanding. That post not only introduced Stormy to the world, but it also showed Kylie in a whole new light, a young woman stepping into motherhood with a newfound sense of purpose and joy. Being a mom changed everything for Kylie. She started sharing sweet moments of her everyday life with Stormy on social media, playtime, learning experiences, cuddles, giving fans a glimpse into her nurturing side. And it didn't take long for motherhood to influence her business too. In February 2020, she dropped the Stormy collection under Kylie Cosmetics, a makeup line inspired by her daughter. The collection was full of playful packaging and bright, bold colors, proving once again that Kylie knew exactly how to turn personal moments into business gold, a reflection of Stormy's personality. The collection was a massive hit, selling out almost instantly, and once again proving that Kylie had mastered the art of blending her personal life with her brand. Balancing a booming business and motherhood ain't easy, but Kylie has always made it clear her kids come first. She's big on time management and setting boundaries to make sure she's fully present in their lives. Whether it's throwing over the top, themed birthday parties for Stormy and Aerie, or just creating special moments with them, Kylie stays dedicated to making memories. These extravagant events don't just show off her creative side, they highlight how much she values celebrating her kids' milestones. Kylie's relationship with Travis Scott has been another major part of her motherhood journey. Like any couple, they've had their share of ups and downs, including a temporary split in October 2019. But despite the drama, they've always kept things solid when it comes to co-parenting. Kylie has publicly expressed her gratitude for Travis's support, saying she couldn't imagine raising their children without him. In February 2022, the couple welcomed their second child, a baby boy named Aerie. His arrival brought them even closer as a family, and Kylie shared pieces of her pregnancy journey with her fans, giving glimpses of her excitement about their growing household. But here's the thing, motherhood didn't just change Kylie's priorities, it also changed the way she views privacy. She still keeps her followers in the loop, but she's way more selective about what she shares, especially when it comes to her kids. This balance allows her to maintain her connection with the public while keeping her family protected. Kylie has often spoken about how becoming a mother has completely transformed her. She says she's found a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment since having Stormy and Aerie. And as her babies grow, so does her approach to parenting. She's even hinted that she wants more kids in the future, proving that family will always be at the center of her world. She's been in the spotlight since she was a teenager, navigating fame, business, and personal growth all at once. But motherhood? That added a whole new layer to her journey. It shaped her into a more grounded, focused individual, someone who protects what's hers at all costs. And apparently, that means cutting ties with the people she once called family, including the person who raised her as her father. But before we get into who Kylie's real dad is, we need to talk about all the men Kris Jenner was rumored to have been with over the years. Kris Jenner, the mastermind behind the Kardashian-Jenner empire, has had a love life that's been scrutinized and dissected for decades. Known for managing her kids' careers and making sure the family stays winning, her personal relationships have always been just as dramatic as Kris's personal life has always been a hot topic, and the rumors surrounding the real paternity of some of her children have only added fuel to the fire. Kris's love story started with her first marriage to Robert Kardashian, the high-profile attorney best known for being a key part of O.J. Simpson's legal defense team during his infamous trial. Kris and Robert tied the knot in 1978 and had 4 kids together. On the outside, their marriage looked like the perfect Hollywood love story, glamorous, high profile, and deeply connected to celebrity culture. But behind closed doors, things weren't as picture perfect as they seemed. Kris has openly admitted that their relationship became strained, and in her 2011 memoir, Kris Jenner and All Things Kardashian, she confessed to having an affair with soccer player Todd Waterman while still married to Robert. She later called the affair a huge mistake, but by then, the damage was done, the trust was broken, and their marriage didn't survive. The two divorced in 1991, just over a decade after saying "I do." Not long after, Kris moved on fast and married Olympic gold medalist Bruce Jenner, now known as Caitlyn Jenner, that same year. This marriage blended their families together, as Caitlyn already had 4 kids from previous relationships: Bert, Casey, Brandon, and Brody, while Kris brought her 4 Kardashian children into the mix. Together, Kris and Caitlyn had 2 daughters, Kendall and Kylie Jenner, in the 90s. For years, their marriage seemed solid. Caitlyn was always by Kris's side at public events, and they often presented a united front as a family. But behind the glitz and glamour, cracks started to show. The couple officially separated in 2013, and by 2015, they finalized their divorce. Their split became even more complicated when Caitlyn publicly came out as transgender and released The Secrets of My Life, a memoir detailing her experiences and struggles. In the book, Caitlyn revealed that over time, she felt increasingly disconnected from Kris. She hinted that Kris's main focus was on managing her children's careers rather than their marriage, which only widened the emotional gap between them. After years of growing apart, they ultimately called it quits. But here's where things get even messier. Despite Kris's very public relationships, whispers have circulated for years about the true paternity of some of her kids, particularly Khloe and Rob, the empire she built. A theory that has been swirling for years is that Khloe Kardashian might not actually be Robert Kardashian's biological daughter. The speculation started because, physically, Khloe stands out from her siblings. She's taller, her build is different, and some people feel she doesn't share the same strong resemblance to Robert as Kourtney, Kim, and Rob Jr. do. This, combined with Kris's admission of an affair during her marriage, has led to whispers that there might have been another man involved. But Kris has always shut down the rumors, insisting Robert is Khloe's father, no matter what people say. Still, the speculation never really died, especially when Todd Waterman, Kris's former lover, was thrown into the mix as a possible candidate. As a former pro soccer player, Todd's name has popped up time and time again in these theories. However, there's never been any solid proof to back it up. Even Khloe herself has addressed the speculation, making it clear that, to her, Robert Kardashian is her father no matter what. In 2019, she even took a DNA test on Keeping Up with the Kardashians to shut down the rumors once and for all. But here's the kicker. The results were never revealed to the public, and of course, that only made people more curious.